And, of course, we are here live Tuesday night, right here on the Pulling Radio Network. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy 2017. Yes, that's right. We are back. Another episode of The Full Pull, kicking it off tonight. The Full Pull with your host, Adam and Ray. Adam, happy 2017 to you.
Happy 2017 to you also. Now, how's it going today, buddy?
It's not bad, buddy. How many times have you written 16, crossed it off, made the 7 into a 6? Or 6 into a 7?
I don't. It's autocorrect.
Oh, you just...
Who the hell writes checks anymore? That's the only time I would get screwed up on that. And I don't do paperwork at work no more.
Oh, you're one of them guys. Oh, I see.
Hell with it. They can fire me for all I care. I don't give a crap.
That's right. You just got that tank business right now that is just expanding rapidly, ladies and gentlemen. Mad pulling tanks, I'm telling you. Look at them. Look, chugging it back tonight, of course, live here on the Pulling Radio Network and in Facebook world right here, of course. First one to bring you video podcast all about truck and tractor pulling, of course, the Full Pull with Adam and Ray. And I've just been told, hello, Captain Blueberry, Randy Rounds watching us. He will be next week's guest, ladies and gentlemen. The captain will be joining us live right here on the Full Pull with Adam and Ray. Looking forward to him next week. And, of course, tonight, our brand new groupie, we're going to call him part of the team, part of the Stinger Army, Dave Whealon out of North Carolina. He is a contributor to bangshift.com down there in the Carolinas. Looking forward to having him here tonight. But Adam brought up something very important to me. And, of course, we've been talking about the Kentucky Invitational, and I'm told he has landed on the ground. Kenny Eggleston, the snow sheriff, is in Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen. He is in Kentucky. But we're going to pop it up here. Adam brought it up. The 2017 Midwest Winter Nationals, the Pro Stock Challenge, right there, ladies and gentlemen, the Pro Stock Challenge. And Adam brought up, he says, what say you, Ray? Where do you fall? And I said, well, I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to fall with this. So, Team Tantrum, Lance Little with True Grit, Tim Shipley with Mr. Mac Daddy, Shipley on the Mac Nasty, Carlton Cope with the Warpath, and Nick McCormick with Nasty Stuff. Now, me and Adam kind of went back and forth a little bit about these guys. Shipley, all day long, some of the best equipment, money well spent. You got Cope with the Warpath. I mean, he has got a huge... I mean, you just want to just go with the following of people in that Massey world. McCormick with Nasty Stuff, and, of course, Lance Little with True Grit. I mean, Team Tantrum, stacked front to back, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, and I don't know. These are the guys that I'm taking. I think you tried to take them.
I had to give this team up, so I gave this team up. So what they're doing with this Pro Stock Challenge, ladies and gentlemen, is that they are taking 5 of the best. They got 2, 4, 5 of each team. They're all broken up. They've been chosen. And they're running it kind of like a scramble in golf. Each position when they pull, whoever gets the farthest of each team, they're going to base it on points. They're allowed to drop the worst of the team, and the one with the least points at the end of the day is going to go home with bonus money. So Team Old School, Greg Harmon with Preparation H up there out of Michigan, Russell Bolster Jr. with a Natural High, David Justin with the Wheat Fed. Now, we just had that one posted, part of the Mad Pulling Pick series on the Full Pull with Adam and Ray. One of them yellow tractors, another one with a huge following. Patricia Justin with the Corn Fed, Roger Aarons with the Gone Green. That's Team Old School. Now, Team PPO and Hart, Brandon Hart, of course, with Beyond Limits, Cody Shea with Red Edge Pro, Ken Clouch with the Cotton Pickin' Deer, Alan Langred with the Edge of Sundown, Paul Stone with Rolling Stone. Not a bad team right there, Adam. Just not enough for me to say they're going to have what it's going to take against some of the other ones that are, coming up next in Team Badger and VG Motorsports as well.
Yeah, I mean, not that they couldn't, because it's anybody's game, usually, and that's the way it is. you're dealing with the best of the best here. So really, it's anybody. I was torn between Tantrum and Badger. I've been to Gordyville numerous times. I know how Dustin Hook and Blaine Stam run, especially on that track. And for some reason, they know how to get it to the ground there. Dustin Hook has won, I think, 2 of the 3 times that I've won out there. So, so anything's possible. Like I said, I'm taking Tantrum. I'm going out on the edge. You got the VG Motorsports if you're still sticking to that one, correct?
I'm gonna. So we'll continue on here. Team Badger, of course, all the guys out of the Badger State. Gage Porter with the Gang Green, Blaine Stam with the Stampede, Randy Burrow with the Tool Times 2, Dustin Hook, of course, with T-Bone, and Robbie Lemke with the New Generation Plus. So my pick, the Team VG Motorsports, of course, the El Nino with Philip Parrish, Corey Roberts with the Groundscape, Jay Hanning with Buck with No Dough, and the Van Gendrens, Calvin with the Geared Green, and Bryce with the Dearly Devoted. So that's my pick. I'm going with VG Motorsports. Adam brought it up, so he had right of first refusal. He got Team Tantrum. So if you're listening and watching us here on Facebook tonight, Joseph Rose is telling me Team Tantrum for sure. Trying to see who else everybody else is picking. So post it up there. Let us know what your choice is on. That's all right. Adam is he's working on the cold right now. He's fighting the cold. But, let us know.
Well, this is the first time I've actually been able to hear myself through your speakers.
Isn't it awesome how well that works now?
I honestly don't like listening to myself.
Well, I think now we're going to have to get you the headset and the microphone and get you all set up the right way. But Team Tantrum for Adam and VG Motorsports, we're going to put a little friendly wager on it, but we're going to let you guys choose what the wager is.
Okay, we can do that. I think we're going to put something on madpollingpicks.com too, okay. And we'll on the Facebook page, and we'll do something fun with it on there too.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We got some Pulling Radio Network T-shirts, and we got a stack of Pulling Radio Network stickers, and of course our friends from Mad Pulling Picks will help us out with that as well. So we'll be able to work that in there. And we'll see what we can come up with there. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, post your picks if you're watching us. Jamie Qualls says he's picking the team with Phil, so let me go back to our list. So Philip Parrish he's talking about. So Jamie Qualls, one of our stingers out there, one of our I-Team guys, he's jumping on board with me. He's going with VG Motorsports. So great to have him with us. And like I said, Phil Parrish from El Nino has been a guest on the Pulling Radio Network. Met the Van Gendrens a few years back down to Louisville. And like I said, you Adam, it's pretty neat to see these names. We're picking them tonight. These are guys we've met, we've hung out with, we've done some work with, and we've had them on the show too, help promoting the sport as well. But there it is, the 2017 Midwest Winter National Pro Stock Challenge, Gordyville, this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Katie Johnson and our own Andrew Armstead will be there bringing us lots of information. Make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook. Let them know where you are. But if you miss it and you're really interested in following the show this weekend, right here you're going to be able to hear the whole entire, all 3 nights, the Kentucky Invitational live right here on the Pulling Radio Network starting Thursday night, 7 o'clock, right here on the Pulling Radio Network. Download the app, keep it with you, take it with you wherever you go, and you can listen Friday again, listen to the Friday qualifying, and then the Saturday, the day show, and of course the championship run brought to you by TNT Motorsports, Broadbeck Seeds, right here on the Pulling Radio Network. Looking forward to that, ladies and gentlemen, looking forward to that. And as we get into the evening here, we're going to bring on our special guest tonight, of course, Dave Whealon from bangshift.com. And if you haven't checked it out, bangshift.com, it is a pretty neat site. Lots of stuff in regards to the gearhead world. Not only the gearheads, just dragsters, funny cars, just a little bit of everything involved in the world of motorsports. It's really cool, and we're going to try to give our good friend Dave Whealon a call here. Get him on there. Goes, the phone is a ringing, dinging, 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 dinging.
What's up?
What's up, Dave Whealon from North Carolina? How are you this evening?
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. You're on with Adam and Ray tonight on a full pull. Great to have you here with us tonight. And, of course, Dave Whealon coming all the way to us from the Carolinas. So what's the weather like? I mean, you guys got to be like sunny and 75, still like T-shirts and long sleeves?
Yeah, I wish we were, man. You know, it's a little rain, about 56 degrees. I know y'all got some snow up there, don't you?
Yeah, we Adam's probably got no snow because kind of like he's in that spot where no snow occurs, and then we get that little bit of Finger Lakes mess that comes off the tug. Today we've gotten quite a bit of rain, so whatever we got has begun to settle down to that last 2 or 3 inches, and of course as it goes away, it'll freeze up here in the next couple of days. We'll have a nice base. If Mother Nature throws some good amounts of snow at us here in the next couple weeks. But it's great to have you on. Thanks for taking the time in your busy schedule. I know you contribute a lot to bangshift.com, and of course we got it posted up here on the website and on Facebook, kind of taking a cruise through it now. Lots of cool stuff, and with you being down in the Carolinas, I mean, down the street from the Galat Motorsports Park. I mean, where else are you able to hang your lens for a weekend when you're down there?
I got all kinds of good places down here. You know, Galat's only a couple, 25 miles from here, and I get to slide down there in a 25-minute ride and have fun down there, drag racing, pulling, whatever they got going on. You know, and
awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Now,
and we got, of course, you know, we got some pulling events within 100 miles of here. You know, UPOC puts all those on.
Now how did you get into it? I mean, how did you say, all right, I'm going to go start taking pictures? I'm just going to buy myself a camera and I'm going to go take pictures, or you were hanging out and doing the stuff, or how did you get into it?
Well, I probably started back in '69, back when I was in high school. You know, it was all film back then, though, so you know, had to do a little more work then. But
right.
Yeah, I progressed on up, you know, and I got out of it for a while. I did a lot of traveling on my regular job, and kind of put it away for a while, you know. And then I don't know, back in the early '90s, I guess I picked up another used camera from a guy I worked with. Took off from there, you know.
That's fantastic. Of
course,
fantastic.
I got into the digital age, and that's actually more work than film, it seems like these days. You know?
Well, you know, when I get with Adam after an event, and you know they've been somewheres, or you know any one of the other stingers that we have out there, and you know how many pictures did you take? Well, I took about 800 shots, and about 500 are good, viable ones. And I find it very interesting that. You know, I have a guy up here that I've worked with a bunch of times, and he's a career firefighter. I call him a part-time firefighter, and he's a career photographer because that's kind of where it's taken him. And I say to him all the time, I go, you know, how do you know when there's a good shot to be taken? He goes, Ray, you aim, and you just keep on clicking, and you just follow the action, and one or two or more are going to end up being good for the entire layout. So. I mean, is that kind of the same?
That's the biggest part of the work. You know? When you get home, you got all those pictures, and you got to go through them all. It's like, I got to find one or two, you know.
Right,
that's all I'm looking for.
Right now, I just posted up as folks are watching us here on Facebook tonight. We just posted up there your top 9 best shots of 2016. I want to kind of go over them a little bit with you. A crap load of likes there on your Facebook page and on your Instagram, and of course Dave Whealon Photo on Instagram. Hashtag 2016 best 9. The one up in the top corner, that 43 Pro Mod. Tell us a little bit about that one.
It's badass, that's for sure. You know. I love that car.
That is just a good look on that car, a hell of a paint job, and And now, where was that one taken? Was that down the Galat, or was that another
No,
another location?
That's up at Virginia Motorsports Park up in Dinwiddie, Virginia. It's a little bit south of Petersburg.
Yep.
And PDRA runs up there once a year. They got their World Finals up there, and I'll tell you what, they get a crowd of cars going up there too.
Oh, no doubt.
It's a pretty cool event to go to.
No, that's just it. If you get a chance, folks, get over there, check out his Instagram. It's a great picture. And I think you got a comment up there. This isn't Richard Petty's 43. They did an awesome job. But now, did you get a chance to actually get real close to the car? Is that vinyl or is it all done by hand? Because that is a lot of detail.
Yeah, it's all a wrap.
Okay.
Everything's wraps these days. You know,
yeah.
It's paint jobs are getting so sky high to paint. You know, every now and then you'll see one that's hand painted, but most times it's just wraps.
Yeah. Now,
but it's still cool.
Now the second one over, you got looks like a Ford Bronco, an old Ford body, in the mud. So not only you guys down in the Carolinas going down the strip pretty quick, you do a little bit of mud bogging down there as well. I mean, tell us a little bit about that. I mean,
yeah, that's what kind of got me started. You know, I guess it was late '90s or something like that. I had a buddy that worked with me that actually run a mud sling about 10 miles from the house. You know. And of course, I had the camera, and I said, you know, he kept telling me to go down there, come down. And about 4 years later, I went down there, you know, and kind of took off from there.
I love that, how you guys call it a mud
sling. Guys see me with the camera with the lens. They said, hey, you going to sell pictures? I said, I hadn't thought about it, but I guess I could. And kind of took off from there.
I love how you guys
call
it
one of those old pictures from Downs at that time. That Ford truck and that Thunderbird.
Yeah, we're gonna. The Thunder Chicken you got on there. I looked at that and I said that's a Cadillac, and then I zoomed in and actually went and looked at it. I said, no, that's a Thunderbird. That is just an amazing.
They call it the Thunder Chicken.
Amazing picture right there. So these guys are pretty exotic when they're down there in these that mud sling. I mean, we call them mud bogs in the Northeast, but I like how you got a mud sling down there.
They call it hill and hole mud racing down here.
It's just and a bunch of other great drag racing pictures. Now you got a McCormick pulling tractor there. Is that Raleigh, North Carolina, or was that another event you were at?
That's down in Galat.
Down in Galat.
I'm looking at the picture now. I had to get on the speeder. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Colin Ross's triple bypass tractor.
That's an awesome shot right there. Just and you know, Adam, it's like you know, if you look at, and you and Adam and I have talked about this with other photographers and other photographers we've had this conversation with. Everybody has their own little. When they put it out there and they take the picture. Everybody has their own little way of how they do it. You know, if I put all the pictures in a row from the guys that we've constantly worked with in the past 2 years, took all the watermarks off, I bet you about 85% I'd be right, because everybody has a little bit different layout and a different way that they do stuff. I mean, have you kind of seen that too, Dave, amongst all the guys that you've worked with in the past?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, nobody wants to copy anybody else, so I try to do something a little bit different, you know, like switch up the shutter speeds or something like that, you know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, everybody's a little bit different, and I know some people, you know, will go and they'll take a picture, and I say this all the time when I'm looking at houses that are for sale. You look at the pictures that the realtor takes, and it's not always so much the picture, it's the what's the word I'm looking for, Adam? It's the editing or the background, not the background, but the shading that they do to it. And it's not always, you know, how it's laid out. It's how they set the picture. Seems to be the biggest change that people are doing to the pictures today.
Yeah, they do a lot of editing and a lot of pictures like that. I got a friend that shoots furniture for a living.
Yeah.
And you know, there's certain lenses that he's got to use. You just can't use any old lens. There's a trick to it that I don't know nothing about. So. I just stick to cars and trucks.
There you go. Cars, trucks, pretty women as they go by. That's right. And Katie Johnson from the Trackside with Katie Johnson, a show here on the Pulling Radio Network. She made a comment on Facebook. I love when I see Dave Whealon photo pop up as liking my pictures on Instagram and on Facebook. So, Dave, you got kind of your own little crowd of fans that look up to you on when you're out there doing stuff. So, I guess kind of take that as a pat on the back. But I'm going to bring it up, and we had the chance to post it there. Media coverage of the year to you from the guys down at Galat Motorsports Park. I mean, that's got to be kind of an honor for you going into 2017 with that kind of pat on the back, as they say.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me when they give me that thing, because I'm not the only one down there doing it. But it was pretty cool, man. Yeah, it blew me away when they handed it to me. And like I said, I'm not the only one doing it, so it was an honor, for sure.
No doubt.
And the people down there really get to me anyhow. And I try to get down there as much as I can, just being so close. Yeah, it's a cool place, that's for sure. The pulling park is out of this world, man.
Now,
and this year, I should say, is supposed to be even better than last year.
Now, have you always shot pulling, or is that something new for you? Has it always been drag racing, or is it now the pulling been a new part for you?
Well, what happened was I was shooting land speed out in Wilmington, Ohio, back in, I think it was 2014, and I was going out there. I went there 5 years, I think. This year was the last year was the last year.
Yeah.
And county fair was in town with the NCPA, and I said, man, I hadn't seen one of them in years. I used to take the kids to the state fair, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, check them out then. And when I said, well, I'm going to go on there Saturday night just to check it out. But, forever it seemed like. And I went down there, man, and I'll tell you what, I was blown away with what I seen. They had minis, I didn't see them before, or two-wheel drive trucks. And, I mean, it was just badass, And the people were real friendly. They let me just get right up on front and shoot away, And it was a pretty cool deal, man. I was just hooked after that,
Oh, literally hooked, as they say. You know what I mean? Literally hooked, as they say.
Exactly.
No, that's just awesome, and we say this all the time. We say this all the time that the pulling world, the fans, the folks that are involved in it, I mean, they're just high end, high class, second to none. That just go out of their way for everybody.
I've seen that there. That's for sure. I'm just a stranger from out of town, And I tell you what, the people in pulling are, I don't know, they seem to be more friendly than some of the rest of them. They warm up to you, they talk to you, and right from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
Some of these other series I go to, and you got to get around them for a while and talk a little bit. But I mean, when I go to pull, I mean, it's like, like a whole other world.
Yeah, it's amazing how you look at all the other sports, baseball, football, basketball, no matter what it is, college, pro, amateur. I mean, maybe some college stuff, but when it comes to motorsports, I mean, people are stand up, second to none, and will go out of their way. For anybody, no matter what the case is. We've seen it where guys go down the track, snap an axle, they're in the pull-off, and they're at the guy who they just beat, asking, saying, hey, can I borrow an axle out of the back of your truck to make the pull-off? I mean, do you think Michael Jordan would have went to Shaquille or whoever it was at the time and said, hey, I need to borrow a jersey or a basketball or a pair of sneakers? I mean, you would never see any of that stuff. I mean, nobody's going to loan any of that stuff out. I mean, you only see that in motorsports. I mean, look at Days of Thunder, at the very end, you can't push that car. Well, he's pushing my motor in that car. And it's just, that's how motorsports is, whether it's, on TV or, in this case, right here where we're talking about drag racing or stock car racing or whatever it is. I mean, they're doing it right there. And there's a picture of that pro mod. That is just an awesome looking, a little bit more zoomed in, Dave. I mean, just the detail, the action shot. They got the green. Boy, you must have been fast on that trigger that night, because boy, they had just left the tree.
Well, that was one of the good shots. You didn't see the other two that were before that. But yeah, I caught them pretty good that time. I got a few of them at that light.
That's
it ain't easy, but you just got to keep practicing. You get it right sooner or later.
No doubt.
That's what I got a camera that shoots 12 frames a second. I know one of them's going to look good.
Now let's kind of get into the technical aspect, and I know Adam he can help me out a little bit when it comes to the technical aspect of it. What are you shooting with? I mean, what kind of rig are you working with?
Well, in that shot, it was just a 1DX Canon with a 7200 2.8 lens, and that's what you want to use, something like that at nighttime, especially with a flash. And sometimes, if you go to NHRA, they don't even allow you to use the flash at night anymore. So, you got to have a fast lens that's taking a lot of light. And but I got a bag full of toys, and whatever suits me the best is what I'll use. I use the 200 most of the time.
Can't have just one, right, Adam? You got keep a couple lenses with you. Couple rigs with you. One good lens.
You got a bunch of them. You got like Dave said. You got a little bit. I mean, in tractor pulling, definitely. I'm sure the race car and the drag racing is the same way. No two tracks are the same. None of them are lit exactly alike. A lot of times the pulling tracks are lit very, very poorly. So. Yeah, I mean, you almost got to use a 2.8 lens and a flash and, and some post-processing just to get a good photo sometimes. So, I mean, when I worked with Dave, I think it was two or 3 years ago down in Raleigh, we had the pleasure of meeting him down there. And, it was a pretty cool time meeting somebody different, and I mean, his work speaks for himself. He does a great job, and we're happy, to have him on board, not only with the Pulling Radio Network, but just to share photos from other motorsports that we don't get to see all the time because we're so busy doing what we're doing. So it's pretty cool just to see something else. I mean, I think one of the coolest things he does. I don't remember if it was from a drag or if they were like a land speed record type deal or something, but he was doing some stuff that, I mean, the cars were just absolutely hauling ass. And, these crystal clear photos. I mean, it definitely, pretty cool. I don't remember, like I said, what it was, but you could tell that they were going a couple 100 miles an hour. So,
yeah, they get up to speed up there in them land speed. And, of course, drag cars do too, but you're at the start line most of the time. And it's not as hard there, but, it's work.
I love hearing that. It's work because everybody thinks it's so simple, right? Everybody says, I'm going to go get a camera and I'm going to start shooting. And they realize that it is not at all, not at all as easy as they think. Or they put out a product that is just horrible. And everybody, unfortunately, has to – and you know how it is, Adam, right? You go back and forth, and it was like, well, it's okay. And it's like, no, you got to put out a quality product. You got to do better than you did last week. And if people watch this show, they say we do better. Every week we get better, Adam. Every week we're getting better. And I think you and I should keep going until we got it right.
Right.
What do you say, Dave?
That's
you've seen
man.
some of the stuff
practice.
we put out. But yeah, that's what
I mean, but it's not only just being on the track for 4 or 5 hours. I mean, you got a 6-hour drive. I mean, in some cases, you got a 6-hour drive there, 6-hour drive back, and then when you get home, you got to go through all your photos. So it's really no different than the pullers themselves. I mean, they're working all week on their tractor if something broke just to make a 15-second pull. We're fortunate enough to get to be able to be on the track for the whole pull, so we get to see everything. But, I mean, we're putting in a lot of the same times and mileage and everything that those guys are. So, I mean, hats off to Dave as well as all the other photographers that do this, week in and week out because, there's pulling all over the country, and you try and, see what everybody's posting and stuff like that. So, I mean, for everybody that is doing it, I would say for the most part, everybody does a really, really good job. And I mean, the companies have made very good cameras at a really reasonable price now, so it's easier for, a better quality photo, to be out there. And I mean, everybody's got a camera on them now too with a cell phone. So, which kind of takes away a little bit away. I mean, I know Dave will probably, argue with this one too. I mean, it takes a little bit away from, what we do, as far as the professional aspect of it. But, you see people out there posting. I mean, what do you think about that, Dave? I know we'll probably open up a whole different can of worms, but
no, that's I don't know if we want to get into that right now or not.
Well, I
mean,
that is a good comment, because it's been
people
got
to start somewhere. That's what it is. I mean, you can get good shots. I mean, comparable to ours, and you don't have to spend thousands like I did, and maybe a couple thousand. But I mean, you can do well. You just practice and get it right. I'm getting old. I ain't gonna be able to do this too much longer, anyhow. I'm gonna try like hell, but we'll see.
well, I mean, that kind of gets into it. I mean, have other people come up to you and said, Dave, can you help me hone my craft? I mean, have they come up to you and said, can you help? Am I doing it right? Have people come to you and ask for advice? I mean, are we able to? And I see this to come into the fire service. We have a horrible time, and I say this in New York, to replace, to train our replacements. I mean, are we seeing that in the photography world? I mean, are you guys? I mean, are Adam or even Dave? Are people coming up to you and saying, "Yeah, I want to learn. I want to know how to shoot better"? I mean, are you able to do that for people?
Yeah, I tell them what I can. Hopefully I can tell them where they can understand. But it's like everything else. The more you practice, and you can, internet's full of stuff to tell you what you're trying to do, get accomplished with a camera, and YouTube, any of that stuff, is a good learning process. But I mean, I can even show them what I'm doing, but it's just like I said, practice is what it's all about to me. And I'll show them what to do, and they can go with it. It's no problem for me.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking to Jeremy Tyndall a couple weeks ago, and I know Jeremy Tyndall speaks very highly of you. You help him out quite a bit down there. So, and I guess he's got some new equipment coming in for this upcoming season too. So that'll be really cool to see how he's gonna respond to the new equipment, and I know he's gonna keep continuing to put out a great product.
Now, so, he bugs me all the time about it. I hope he's listening.
More than likely Jeremy is. But I also noticed, Adam, you just made the comment. I see that JR is listening as well. So we know we gonna have to. He's probably getting a little jealous, Adam. We haven't given him too much. I've been giving him good plugs on the Facebook page, but we haven't given him any mic time or video time. I'd rather that's the night we don't do any video. The night we bring JR on, that's the night the camera's broken. But they're his cameras. That's okay.
if it isn't broke, then it will be if you put us on. So.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure the lens gets fogged up. We won't be able to use him that night.
Yeah.
But hello to J.R. Richardson.
No, I mean, Keystones are coming up pretty soon, so we'll have to get them on.
Oh yeah.
Here pretty soon, around Keystone time after they get all their everything finalized in the meetings and all classes finalized. I see some rumblings going on as far as the Keystone page goes and stuff like that. So quickly approaching as everything is here. Everything seems to come up a little bit faster in the winter time because you're anxiously awaiting.
Everybody's got the time. Everybody's got the time. Dave, now what's going on down there? I mean, through the winter. I mean, is there anything major going on for you down there? Is there anything you're able to shoot? Indoor go-karting, indoor racing, anything like that?
Maybe I'll just go outside and try to be some kind of artist or something, huh? Take pictures trees or something,
I think when you start shooting those, it's time to retire, right, boys?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I was going to rest till, I guess, end of February is my first event, so
now
we'll see what happens.
Now what do you got? Now what do you got in February? What's the first event for you in February?
The lot's going to be opening up for the PDRA in March. I think it's the first or second weekend.
Yeah.
Pro mod racing, and then it just goes from there. I hadn't made out my schedule yet, but I'm just waiting to see what's coming up. There's something coming up in South Georgia. I might check out some of that no prep stuff, drag racing.
Yeah.
That stuff's crazy. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's just bring it to the line and squeal the tires, ain't it? And go like hell. That's that type of racing. that kind of that heads up stuff.
Yeah, it's that no time stuff. They don't even get a time. It's just whoever's at the finish line first.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. Cool stuff.
They did a little bit of that up in Virginia, and it was kind of cool, but we'll see.
Very cool.
I hadn't made up the schedule, so I like to check out a few more polls other than where I've been going.
Well, if you want to take the trip, you got Louisville coming up. You got that's the big one, of course, in February. You got closer to you. You have Smoky Mountain Shootout coming up. Murfreesboro coming up. So you got a few other ones. Yeah. Of course, you're more than welcome to join the team. We'll get you the credentials and make sure you are well taken care of, well fed. That seems to work well for us, right, Adam? Wherever we go, we're well taken care of and well fed. Is how we can
work for food, man. That's what it's all about.
Sometimes I think that's it.
In that case, we do go to Hooters for the wings because usually we're really hungry.
Dave, I could tell you, I've been to every Hooters in Louisville, all 5. So, like you said, but very cool. We hooked up with you through saw some of the stuff you did. Bangshift.com. How did you get pulled into them guys? How did you get pulled in with them guys? I mean, like I said earlier in the show before we brought you on, them guys. It's a little bit of everything when it comes to motorsports. And they're even live streaming some of the drag racing, so that kind of fits kind of right into what we're doing here with the live streaming of the truck and tractor pulling. I mean, how'd you get pulled in with them guys?
Well, actually, the guy that owns he's a partner, a guy named Brian Loans. He was doing the track announcer at that land speed out in Wilmington, Ohio. He started, I guess, 2014, I think it was, or 13. We just got to talking, and what was kind of funny, what got me hooked up Bank Shift is, we talked all the time, and I went to the pull that night in 2014, and he texted me, I don't know, a week later after I posted him on Facebook and asked me if he mind I run him on Bank Shift. And I said, nah, ain't no problem, I didn't care. I didn't think much of it, and hell, I didn't even know he put him on there until about 2 weeks later, I just happened to see him. And it took off from there, I started submitting some stuff from land speed, and then, of course, being with Bank Shift, you can get into about any place you want to with credential-wise. It just took off from there, But Brian, he's an NHRA announcer at all the NHRA events, national events. He's a gearhead from hell, that's for sure. He knows about everything, including pulling.
Well,
I think he likes pulling just as much as he does the rest of the stuff.
I tell you, I love on his bio, he's got a 62 Chevy tow truck, and someday he dreams of owning a big tractor. I love that, man. After my own heart. So.
Yeah, he loves the tractor stuff. That's why he's all for it. And I'm all for giving it to him. So we can promote it or something. Best we can through Bank Shift. And it's just cool,
No, just some great stuff, and we're kind of scrolling through Bang Shift. Again, guys, check it out, bangshift.com. Support them, support Dave. Now, where else can they see? You got a website, Dave, where they can hit you up and see your stuff?
Well, I got a website where I sell photos, but I'm not allowed to sell them in certain places, so I don't put them up there on that site.
Ooh.
And the land speed I can sell and the mud racing stuff, and that's the only things I really post on the website, and all the other stuff is just go through Bang Shift, all for media coverage, I'm kind of into that now instead of trying to sell a picture,
See, Adam, there's hope for you later in life. Just media coverage. I keep telling you that. The way it's been lately.
It's almost less work too,
Well, there's
you can take
no
shots when you want to, and you're not
you're not hustling
to try
through.
to get every tractor, every car, and
Yep. No,
and you can experiment with some stuff,
No, and I agree with that, and I think that's kind of one of the pluses of what we got kind of going here. Like when you and I talked, was anything and everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Get it to us, and of course we'll make it work. We'll fit it in. Put it wherever we need to put it and get it out there for the notoriety. And
that's what she said.
Well, geez, oh my God, where'd that line come from? You finally woke up over there? But we just took a turn for the worse. But it's just easier to put the coverage out there. Give you guys the notoriety and say, hey, if you see them out there, wave, talk with them, and see what else they're doing. And I think you're doing a bang-up job, a great job. We appreciate what you've been sending and sharing with us, and appreciate you taking the time tonight with us. Hopefully gets Bang Shift a little bit of notoriety, gives Dave Whealon a little bit of notoriety down there in the Carolinas, and the guys will be looking for you out there. And of course, we see your mode of transportation. Now, is that a chosen mode there, that trike, or is that something that you just hijacked that day?
That's something I could pick up and throw in the back of the truck and still get a little exercise while I'm doing something,
Adam,
I had a notion to get one time, and I went on Craigslist same day and found that thing,
That is awesome. I know they're not cheap. My neighbor a couple streets down has one, and he's getting ready to pack up and move to Georgia, and I missed out on it because I said, "Boy, that would be nice." Especially at Keystone when I'm in from one part of the building to the other, and I got to be all over the place. That'd be nice. Even for Louisville, it'd be nice too. But I could see where you're on a drag strip. That's the cat's ass there.
I mean, you got to have something. I mean, I could buy something with a motor in it, but then I got to get it in the back of the truck, and that thing I just throw up in there.
Yeah, sometimes
and,
that's
got a little basket on the back. It's not embarrassing to drive it, ride it rather.
That is terrific.
People have always pointed at me and stuff like that, but I mean, that's a big joke.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. And say, follow me to the best place in racing, best place in pulling. Dave Whealon, everybody, out of the Carolinas. Dave, thanks for taking the time on a Tuesday night. Keep the lens clean, as they say, and we'll be talking to you. We'll be talking to you soon. I thank you for taking the time tonight.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Keep an eye on Bang Shift. I got a highlight reel coming up, which will be in the next day or two. Or I posted. I tried to limit it to like 50 pictures, but it ended up being like 4 times that. So that should be coming up in the next day or two. I mean, I just couldn't find just 50.
Oh, but, no doubt. I think
everybody check it out. It'd be cool. Hit the site for us and help our sponsors out.
You keep up that good work. We're gonna have to get you. We're gonna have to get somebody to chase behind you with a video camera to all these great shows and start streaming some of the work you're doing because you're doing a great job out there. Keep it up, and I know the guys over the big wigs of Bang Shift and all the fans. Everybody's loving the stuff, and they're blowing up our phone tonight. They're blowing up Facebook and the chat room and everything, telling what a great job, and they love and appreciate what you're doing. And keep it up, man. You got yourself a following. They love what you're doing.
Well, thanks so much, guys. It was great talking to you. Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Sounds good, Dave. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Maybe deep in the season, I'll have some good stories or something.
Oh, that's usually the best. That's the best. All right, Dave. Take care. Thanks again.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks, Dave. Good night.
Bye-bye.
So you got an opportunity, Adam, to work with Dave. You said a couple years back.
Yeah, a couple of years ago down at the Raleigh, North Carolina State Fair. Him and I shared the track together with Jeremy and a couple other, Tracy Waters and Christine Weidenmeyer and stuff like that. That was a good pull, never, you're always talking to somebody, and it makes the pulls go by pretty quick with that many people on the track.
No, that's fantastic to see. I mean, he's done a great job. I hooked up with him About 6-8 months ago, a couple articles he had done in Bang Shift caught my eye. Some of the pictures and kind of going back and forth with them guys about cross promoting and sharing the media spotlight and helping grow truck and tractor pulling. No different with drag racing, how they're doing the live stream, just like we're working on. And thanks to everybody this past Monday. If you didn't see it, Adam, we rebroadcast the diesel class from Keystone. And it was a huge success. And if you want to see that again, you can buy the entire DVD set from our good friends J.R. Richardson. Okay, I'm giving him a shameless plug. But Eastern Extreme Videos, go over to his Facebook page, go over to his website. You can buy all the DVDs from last year. He's got a great 2017 brand new holiday sale just kicked off. And then I believe you could start buying your Keystone tickets now. Am I correct on that, Adam? I'm almost positive I'm right. You can buy your Keystone.
Yeah, you're correct, but
now.
Don't call after 9 o'clock.
Well, I can't.
It gets pretty ornery.
I can't call at 1:30. 1:30 a.m. I'm going to call and order my tickets.
Do not call JR at 1:30 in the morning.
I would like.
I'm telling you, it's the last thing you'll probably ever do.
I'd like the blue seats, first row by the tube. That's what I want.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Or Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. Don't call it Sunday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. What the hell? You know?
Could you imagine that? Can you? I can't wait to see his post come up on Facebook when he sees this. He is going to have a cow. But, yeah, you can start ordering your Keystone tickets. And, of course, we're getting closer to that. It's March. We still got Louisville. We still got Murfreesboro. We got Gordyville this weekend, Kentucky Invitational. We got a lot to do. And, of course, like we were talking about, our picks, what are your picks for the Midwest Pro Stock Challenge? Adam is going with Tantrum. I'm going with VG Motorsports. Hopefully we could see what your picks are as well. Here, let me move that out of the way. Good luck to these guys. And, of course, the team going home with the least points, just like a golf scramble, is going to be the winner of some big bonus money put up by What's Smoking Productions and, of course, all their great sponsors out there. And Katie Johnson, Trackside with Katie Johnson from the Pulling Radio Network, along with Andrew Armstead from the Sidetrack Show, will be in the house in Gordyville bringing you all great stuff. So make sure you follow the Facebook page this weekend, Sidetracked, and the Pulling Radio Network homepage. And don't forget, you can listen to the Kentucky Invitational this weekend. All weekend long. Take us wherever you go. Download the app, the Pulling Radio Network app. You can take us wherever you go. And I'm telling you, we appreciate all the love and support we got from this past weekend. Adam, 13,000 views on that video. 13,000 views on that Keystone diesel pull. And if you want to see more of that, head on over and order your DVD from 2016 Keystone. This weekend, me and Adam got a little treat for you, right, Adam? What did we pull out of the vault? What did you pull out of the vault? It's something about Western New York?
Oh, we're going to do... Is this going to be like a reoccurring Sunday thing? You're going to start doing this? Or?
I'm thinking, Adam, it might be.
Okay.
we
no, I'm all for this. I think next week, if you want to play a little bit of something, why don't we go with the Langford light limited shootout from Langford this past year.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. 1 o'clock, we will air the replay of the Langford poll right here on the Pulling Radio Network Facebook page and the Pulling Radio Network website. So you can go to the website, pullingradionetwork.com, go to Pulling TV, watch it, and if you have Chromecast or I think Roku TV, you can send it to your TV and you'll be able to watch it. And it's going to be the live stream that Mad Pulling Picks provided for us. And, of course, that is sponsored by Mad Pulling Picks this coming weekend, 1 o'clock this Sunday. Football season's over. I mean, think about it. You got wild card this weekend, then you got the conferences, and then we go to the Super Bowl. So any of the big action isn't going to happen to the Super Bowl. No, I'm not going to do a replay on Super Bowl. I may do a replay on Super Bowl Sunday. But we got a lot of Sundays right up until we get to the summer season, or at least the Keystone, when we can do the live feed. And, of course, we will be there in Keystone Live doing the feed again. Big thank you to all our sponsors, and they're all coming on board. If you have a business and want to get involved in that, be sure to let us know at pollingradionetwork@gmail.com. We'd love to have you aired. And, of course, we can put you right there down at the bottom of the screen. You see that? We can put your business right there. You want to put a thank you or something to your pulling team and your sponsors, let us know. We can put it right here in the bottom
right
corner.
there?
Right there. Right here.
Right there.
Right there. I think it's a good
right
spot.
Here?
Right here? No, right there. We can put it down here
right
too.
There.
We can put it down here too, but that's where our name goes. Down here.
You could put it down there.
More money, I'll put it there. We can even put it up here, but we need more money for up there too. But we can put it anywhere. We'll make you the package, get you ready. But 1 o'clock, and maybe we'll keep it going all Sunday from our friends at Mad Pulling Picks. But Adam, another great show. I'm hoping you're feeling better.
Hoping I'm feeling better too. But being off for a few days and being outside, we're outside taking a bunch of wildlife photos over the weekend. So thinking that's probably just kind of caught up with us. And hopefully, I don't know. We'll see.
It happens, my friend. It happens, my friend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, It is the top of the hour. The fastest video podcast about truck and tractor pulling anywheres. Of course, the first one to do it right here on the Pulling Radio Network. The full pull with Adam. Hold it. I got to go this way. Adam and Ray. I did the point. I got to remember it goes the other way. So, but again,
I'm not watching it right now.
I'm trying to do. I'm pointing.
I sign off.
I got to remember the screen in front of me is backwards. So with Adam.
Gotcha.
With Adam and Ray. Good night, everybody. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
And, of course, the full pull with Adam and Ray every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. right here on the Pulling Radio Network, brought to you by Mad Pulling Picks and our good friends at Upstate Safety and Supply.